Mario, once again, and this is the seat that I printed uh, yesterday. It completed printing, however, it did not finish the top section right here. So I decided to, just bite the bullet and go back to my CAD program and try to make this part a little more feasible, so that I could print this in two sections, but so that it can be also assembled easily. And so what you're seeing here would be the full seat. Unfortunately, I would like to have the full seat with no breaks in the geometry, but the way I printed this, as I was saying, on an angle, I had to do that because I could not fit this on the 300 by 300 platen that's on my machine, and that's one of the bigger machines that I have. So it's a Core XY machine, but unfortunately it did not do that. It's unfortunate because there's quite a bit of material here. PLA. This is PLA material, and I did it in PLA just to make it easier and keep things inexpensive, at least for, I'm glad I actually use PLA and not some other more expensive material like PETG or ABS is also not that expensive. I could have done it in ABS, but ABS you have to seal the machine, so to enclose, to entrap the hot air so that it doesn't warp. It's a little more difficult to do that, and PLA for stuff like this is just fine. So what I ended up doing is I ended up reprinting this seed in two sections here. I am in the process of printing the second part of this seed as you see it right here. So I broke it down right here. Basically, I added these round sections, and you can see how I still had to remove these supports. It's got these supports here. That's what these bars are here for. They're just supports because I printed it that way, and it created a support here for this sort of lip that sticks out here. But once this is removed, the other portion of the seat, which is the base, is going to come in here, and it's going to lock with these. It's going to mate with those. Tabs here, these round tabs, and then I'll just use bolts here, which is also a good point, to add a strap or belt, for the pilot. So it's going to be my next, my second iteration seat. And as I say in most of my videos, when I talk about these things, it usually takes me three tries to get it right. The first one is sort of a test, just to see how it comes out. The second one, minor tweaks here and there, and then the third one is the one that really locks it in. It's a final print. This, having gone through that already on the smaller version, on the smaller scale, I wasn't worried about that so much, because the geometry has been proven when I print this on the the smaller seats. Like, for example, this particular one is done in quarter scale. Let me bring this over here, and then look how beautiful the seat is. Came out. This is another one, and done in that other color. This is for a customer that's going to be going out pretty soon for the quarter scale version of this Quicksilver style RC Ultralight. And so you can see how this part has been already, it's a proven part. I printed so many of these things already, because I've been making not the core scale so much. The core scale is something new that just surfaced, in this past I don't know, three months. That I've been working the core scale, and now I'm working on the this particular one half scale. This is not really for sale. This was inspired by a customer who bought, who decided he liked the smaller versions. He's got the fifth and the fourth in the quarter scale Quicksilver style RC Ultralights, and then he asked me if I can make the wings and the stabilizers for him. And so I decided to do, you know, one for myself. I'm building the whole thing because I'm going to also be providing him with all the dimensions, you know, for the frame, so that he can go out and buy the tubing himself. Because for me to ship, you know, all the tubing and all the rods, you know, it's this particular scale, they have inch. I mean, I could do it, but it would be a huge box, and you know, the shipping would be would not be justifiable, you know, if you can just get it locally. So I'd rather the customer do that, you know, and I think that's what he's going to do. But I like to have the reference of the model so that I can have a proven model, and so that I can also provide them all those dimensions, you know, the lengths for the tubing, size of tubing, stuff like that. But and so getting back to this particular part, you know, this is a proven seat, and that's how I was expecting. I mean, there's no reason why this should not, provided I had the room. There's no reason, or the width even. If my machine would have been 400 by 400. Footprint by 400, this would have had no issues printing the way I print these. I print these like this, flat and without any supports, and it prints that nice. So I could have done the same thing here, but I just did not have that room in the machine, and I was really hoping that it would clear that. But my platform has these brackets on the side, and I believe the threaded rods, you know, only goes down, allow the plant to go only so far, and this actually got stuck at the bottom when I noticed it. I was keeping the eye on it, you know, to make sure that it would not get stuck, and sure enough, you know, when I noticed it, you know, maybe a minute after I started doing this, you know, I stopped the machine. The other thing that it missed is the lip here. This has a lip, you know, this lip right here, so it completely obliterated this lip in the process of printing, and this had a lot of supports, you know, so there was a lot of wasted material. My mindset was not on doing something like this. Sometimes, you know, your mindset is not really there unless you're posed with with a problem, and then you have to come up with a solution. And so I did this rather quickly, right away. As soon as I did this yesterday, I got on my computer and I said, you know, it was bothering me so much that I go, I can't have stuff like this. You know, I mean, I could fix it. I was going to print the top section and this section here and glue it with pins, but I don't like doing stuff like that. You know, I'd rather have the parts like this. You know, it's a little more, it looks more, you know, more professional and clean, a lot clean, because you know you have a nice print here, solid, and for this particular size, you know, I don't think it's going to be an issue, you know, having these extra sections of geometry. This sticks out a little bit inward, you know, just provide reinforcement here, and so does the other part. So when this is together, you know, you probably won't even see that much, and so it'll be the way that I'm going to assemble the seat and mount it on my half-scale aircraft. So that geometry is also done. In case I get an order for this, you know, I can whip that also as you see it in this video. Once again, Mario with MIA Microflight. As soon as this part is done, I'll assemble it, put it. I'll be able to then put it on the airframe, and then from there I'll be able to move on and complete the rest of the airframe. I have to attach the elevator section to the horizontal stabilizer, and then I'm going to be working on the wing. Stay tuned for more.